What's happening, folks? Welcome along to the unboxing live stream, Christmas live stream special. Be pretty chilled today. Wearing my new Christmas t-shirt, my Well of the Souls Tannis Indiana Jones t-shirt from Last Exit to Nowhere, and I've got a wee beer as well. So feel free to join me if you've got a wee beer to hand. But aye, folks, it's just to jump on and get a wee chat with you as a catch up, and obviously I'll be announcing the winner of the Elf 4K Blu-ray giveaway. A few entries. I've got a wheel of names up just now, but we'll give it half an hour, right? I'm going to be on for about an hour max tonight. Just a quick kind of casual one, and that gives people half an hour to come into the stream and fire their names up if they haven't already. Just double check you're on this, okay? So this is my highly technical way of picking the winner. So there are 12 entries, I think, so far. Have a wee look. Aye, 12 entries. Just have a wee look yourself and make sure your name's on that if you have been one of the ones that's commented with the correct answer. Not that you can really get it wrong. That was the whole point. It was just a way that I could search to add the names in. But yeah, fire it up and I'll announce it in about 30 minutes time. We'll click it and we'll see who the winner is. The kind of plan going forward, obviously, is an unboxing day stream, is to unbox some stuff as well. So I will be, first off, I'll be doing the only 4K Blu-ray that I got for Christmas, which was Indiana Jones, hence the Indiana Jones t-shirt that I've got on. Jump back to the main camera. Aye, so I'll do this. I did plan to do a la Scottish Geek Guy picture-in-picture, highly technical down camera so you could like see the unboxing and me at the same time. But I've just not had the chance today. I've been ran ragged with the kids. So it's going to have to just be off the one camera. But hopefully it'll give you an idea. It's really just to kind of pad out the stream a little bit. So it's just not my big mug you're looking at the whole time, chatting away. I've also got this movie trivia card game thing, right? Which should be absolute kids play to you guys. It's done like a little VHS tape. It's quite cool. I got it as a stocking filler. It's got 100 questions in it. I'm not going to do all 100 obviously, but I might skip through and pick every couple of minutes or so. I might throw one up and just see who can get the answer first. Pick ones that are somewhat difficult. But that's the kind of plan. And I've got two other things to unbox as well, but I'll kind of announce them as we go. So that's the plan, but I'll just quickly do some of the comments because I see the comments are in early. You'll see them popping up on the screen. In fact, let's see if we can make that bigger. That needs to be bigger. Bear with us, folks. How has your Christmas been? I hope you've all had a great Christmas. Mine's been really low key actually. This is the first time that we've had a Christmas just as a family, just the four of us in the house without going. That's really not working, is it? The letters against my yellow t-shirt here. Let's pump them up a bit higher. In fact, let's put it there. That'll do fine. Sorry, this should all been sorted. I'm an amateur. Yeah, so a really kind of low-key Christmas for me, but it was really nice. You know, I had my folks, parents over in the morning, and then after they left, and you know, I gave the presents to the wee ones. Then my in-laws came round, so it was pretty nice. And then it was just a chilled one with myself and the wife in the evening. A few drinks were had, I have to say, but it was all good. So yeah, just let me know how you got on yourself. So first off, we've got Cheekstar777. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas, Andy. I did, mate. It was really nice, really kind of low-key, just as I say. Cheekstar, let's go. You're on that, mate. You were the first person to put your name on it. So we'll find out if that means anything or not when I go to click it and see if you won. Scottish Geek Guy, currently at a family do, but I'll try and sneak away for a bit. Much appreciated, mate. Your name's in there anyway, so I will get in touch if you end up being the winner. Nice guy, Eddie. Evening. How you doing, Eddie, mate? You're also on that wheel of names. Jim's Richmond Forum. Evening, Andy. Hope you're doing well, mate. I know you're over in Belfast. Trek or not, hey. So what's the top physical media you all got then? Anything cool? As I've already kind of said, that was all I got, but I got this. But I did get another few things in the run up to Christmas. One in particular that I'll unbox in a little second. But I fancy getting The Fugitive in 4K. I've got a wee bit of cash aside. And I've heard nothing but great things about The Fugitive, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. Apparently the transfer is fantastic on it. It's only 20 quid. So I think when I'm in the town tomorrow, HMV, it'll be The Fugitive that's getting added to the collection next. Would you guys get anything exciting? Just put it in the comments, share it with others. Nice guy, Eddie. Mad Max 4K for me. Nice one, mate. Is that the first one, Eddie? Or are you talking the whole quadrilogy? I've got them all. I've got the Steelbook box set, which I unboxed on the channel a while ago, so you can look into that if you're interested in it. But yeah, they're all good. I think they're all good films. People say that the first one hasn't aged well, but I still think the first one's got a lot of charm, and is a great, origin for Max. The Road Warriors, you can definitely watch as a standalone film, but I think if you have the context, the backstory, for Max's character, it's a lot more enjoyable. Stevie Dan 1969, I got the Godfather trilogy in 4K. Funny you should mention that. There might be a little bit more about the Godfather coming up shortly. In person, shall we say, Stevie, but I've not watched them yet, Stevie. But in fact, why am I delaying the pleasure here? The Godfather is one of the things I'm unboxing, right? So I've had this for ages. I've had this for over a year now, right? And I keep thinking, should I do something with it? Shouldn't I? Because I got it well after it was released, and I thought nobody's going to be interested seeing you unbox The Godfather, a year down the line. That's why I haven't done it. But I've not been able to open it because I think, well, what's the point in opening it until I'm definitely going to watch it? And then I've hummed and hawed about doing a video with it. So yeah, I thought, do you know what? Let's just do it today. So that was going to be the big finale. But just seeing as you mentioned that, Stevie, I thought I'd bring it up. So I'm gonna have to sit back in the chair to get it in. It's probably gonna end up all over the place. But that's the last thing that we'll unbox before I jump off this evening, folks. Keep the middle one a surprise at least. Right. God, these comments are getting out of control now. Right. I've heard they're absolutely amazing, to be fair, the transfers. I've seen the films, obviously, but I've not seen the coda cut of the third one. Trick or Not, awesome. Also Trick or Not, sorry, I'm getting lost here. Love a quiz. I'll get the first question in a minute. Trick or Not, awesome. I managed to nab Robodoc in the Steelbook, pretty neat. Although I'm a sci-fi addict. Oh, mate, your name gave it away there, Trick or Not, that you like your sci-fi. I'm the same. I'm absolute Robodaft as well. I've still got one episode to watch of the Robodoc, but it's fantastic. I've watched all the exclusive extras that come with it, and they're pretty awesome, I have to say. Right, I'll get one of these questions out to you in a second. But yeah, was there a steelbook? I didn't realise there was a steelbook, mate. That's pretty cool. I've just got the standard Amaray case one, but it does have some nice art cards in it and a poster. The Beverly Hills Cop 3-pack looks good, coming in January. Those are films that I've seen, but years ago as a kid, so they'd be quite good for me to watch again, because it'd be like watching them for the first time. Jim's Retro Emporium, love a quiz. I see, just back on Beverly Hills, I see they're making another one. Are they not filming it just now, actually? With, what's his face, Eddie Murphy. Although that Christmas one he's done for Amazon Prime looks absolutely god-awful, that Candy Cane Lane. So, I don't know. Maybe that doesn't bode well for the new Beverly Hills Cop. Stevie Dan, nice, Andy. Yeah, mate. It's a nice one to have. I got that for 70 quid, that Godfather trilogy, off someone on Facebook Marketplace. Not Marketplace, sorry, a 4K collectors like group, and he was selling it. He was just trying to make some money out of his collection, and I got it for like 70 quid, which I thought was fantastic. Because at the time, probably still now as well, just to get the standard trilogy was about that. And that collector edition retailed at about 120 or something when it first came out. So yeah, really lucky to get that. Nice guy Eddie, yes, The Fugitive looks fantastic in 4K. Nice one, Eddie. I'll definitely be checking it out. I know that Films at Home's done a good review on it, and it looked pretty awesome. I don't know whether I'll do a review on it. I'm thinking about doing some kind of multi-reviews, if you like, in future, because I miss a lot just because I don't have a great turnover of videos. I tend to do one a week, if that. I wish I could do more, but it's just my kind of style and the time I've got. So I'm thinking about doing maybe sometimes lumping maybe 3 together, just so I can get my thoughts on more of the films out to these kind of thing. So you might see The Fugitive popping up. It will definitely be in a haul video, no doubt, at some point. But you might see it actually popping up as a kind of mini review on the channel. Trick or Not, I also got the German Rambo 4K collection box. Nice. Is that the steel? Is that the kind of steel box one with the thick foam inserts for the steelbooks? There's some really nice Rambo ones out there. I've only got the Rambo 4K First Blood one, but I don't actually have any of the other ones yet. I've seen them all, but I don't have any of the other ones in my collection. Who have we got? I'm also in Belfast. All right, cool. Yeah, so Retro Jim, you won't mind me telling you, but he's usually based on the Isle of Man, but he's overseeing family in Belfast. I've been speaking to him off stream, so that's why I know. So, Shrek or not, you're over there also. That's cool. I think it's cool that, you know, this is what's great about YouTube and this kind of the kind of blue tube. I hate calling it that, but the blue tube community. It's great that you can just jump on and be it Instagram, be it YouTube, and you can just speak with people that otherwise you'd probably never communicate with, you know, over your shared interests. So that's great that you're checking in from Belfast, mate. You maybe understand my accent because the Belfast people have got a really quick accent as well. Nice idea. I got the first two Mad Max films, Andy. Love the first one. Mental stunts in it. Yeah, I love the beginning of Mad Max. You know, with the pristine interceptor and when his leathers are all like pristine, and you've got the toe cutter giving it loudy. The toe cutter, he knows who I am. All that carry on. Terrible impression, but you know what I mean. I usually get the collection sets for the action movies. I largely collect sci-fi collector's editions and steelbooks only. Yeah, I'm kind of the same, mate. The clue's kind of in the title of my channel, somewhat. Electric Geek, you know, it's a kind of sci-fi title. That's certainly my wheelhouse. My favourite kind of movies to watch are sci-fi kind of action films. I like dramas as well. I like everything, to be honest. Horror is something I'm trying to get into, but sci-fi is definitely something I'm excited about, and that's what makes up the majority of my physical media collection, if I'm honest. Barry, is that Blue Ray Baz? I'm pretty sure it is. How you doing, mate? Hi, mate. I got Titanic 4K, and the picture is amazing on the projector. Hope you had a nice Christmas. I did, mate. I had a nice Christmas. A chilled one. I've not watched any films yet, although I did catch a bit of Raiders of the Lost Ark because it was on the channel, even though I've got it in 4K, and it looked god awful on film, on broadcast there, but still, it's an amazing movie. So I was watching that while I was having my dinner, my leftover Christmas dinner before I came on the stream there. But no, the Titanic, mate. I seen Titanic when I was 11 years old. At my friend's 12th birthday party, we all went there. And back in 1997, like a dozen of us. It was like a dozen young daft boys surrounded by, you know, couples and elderly couples and that watching it. And we weren't there for the romance, you know. We were there to see people falling off that boat and the propeller and all that, all the grisly stuff. But it was good. But I don't think I've really watched. I've seen bits of Titanic, but I've never actually watched it again, you know, as an adult properly. Since all the way through. So maybe it is time for me to get Titanic and cover it on the channel or something, or at least just watch it for myself. I'm interested. What are you interested in? I'm forgetting what I've asked you, Stevie. That looks cool. Yeah, Stevie's just confirming that Titanic looks amazing in 4K. Stevie is halfway through The Godfather Part 2. Pause it to watch your stream. Oh, that's amazing, mate. You're coming away from a classic like Godfather 2 just to watch me. What can I say? That's commitment to the channel right there. Trick or not, US only steelbook for Robodoc. Got it on eBay. Oh, right, cool, mate. So did you buy that through Amazon US? I do remember seeing it now. It's not to hand, but is that the artwork that has like the back of Robocop's head and it's got Ed 209? In the background, I think that's the artwork, am I right in saying, for the steelbook. Had to also buy the UK Robodoc as the US discs are region locked, sadly. Aye, I know. It's a pain in the arse, the whole Blu-ray thing. It's great that the 4Ks are all region free now, but it's still annoying that the accompanying Blu-rays often catch us out because they're always locked usually to whatever region they originate from. The other thing about the American one, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm sure I read that it's only the UK version of Robodoc that has all the exclusive content on it. I think due to some kind of licensing manufacturing issue, the US one is missing a few of the exclusives. So the UK one is the definitive, complete one, if you will. 1981. I just finished watching Shawshank Redemption 4K. It's a very nice transfer and obviously a fantastic film. Yeah, that's a classic. What do people watch at Christmas? You know, have you got like, obviously there's the Christmas films, right? Like your Elves and all that, which I really enjoyed watching, I have to say, for the first time. But has anyone got any non-Christmas films that they just traditionally watch? You know, like, I suppose like The Great Escape that was on today in film 4. Raiders of the Lost Ark's kind of a bit of a Christmas film, even though it's not Christmas related whatsoever, but you expect to see it on the TV at Christmas. If anyone's got any kind of weird traditions they watch at Christmas like that, then let us know. Do a disc swap. What's that in relation to? Trek or not doing a disc swap? Next Friday, I'm gutted to hear about the 4K messy transfers for Aliens. I know, mate, and True Lies. I'll definitely cover these, okay, guys? I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to cover them all. I think I'm going to buy all 3 of them, and I'm going to do them as a big bumper review. But I'm also think I've been waiting to see if they're available on iTunes or whatever, Apple, because I'm thinking about just doing an early review on the digital 4K versions, which I know won't be the same as the discs, but it'll be the same source. It's just how it's displayed. I would imagine it's not going to be any different. But the same source material that they're streaming, just to give a bit of a teaser and my early thoughts on how they look. But to my knowledge, I don't think they're available just yet in the UK digitally. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I've heard that I've looked at pictures, but I don't like to go by people's pictures because you don't know off the internet, because you don't know where they're from. At least with my videos and stuff, I take them with my iPhone or my TV, my OLED. I don't change any settings and stuff. So yeah, they're still compressed on YouTube and all the rest of it, but I know at least where they're from, and I take them under the same conditions every time. But when you just see these random close-up comparisons, you're like, that could come from anywhere. That could have been touched up, because people try to get likes and traffic on Twitter and all the rest of it. So they could be smoothing out these things as well, just to make it look worse, to create conversation. So I don't trust it until I see it myself. No, Trick or Not. No, it's non-steelbook Ramble, but a nice set. Cool. I'll need to look that one up, mate. Nick Campbell, you'll be in an offer, Nick, for the Old Firm, goggles. For the Old Firm. I don't know about that, mate. We'll see. I miss my friend Nick that I'm going out for a few beers with for the Old Firm on the 30th. Jumping in. Good to see you in the comments though, mate. Trick or Not, Furiosa is going to be sick. Yes. It's had a lot of backlash, hasn't it? Like people are complaining about CGI. People just moan about CGI all the time, it seems now, though, don't they? Like, give us a break. Like, I don't know. I don't think it'll be as good as Fury Road. Is he going to do it like George Miller? Is he going to be able to recreate how amazing Fury Road was? And also, you're missing Mad Max. But I'm excited for it. Like, I'm a George Miller fan, and it looked good. I think Anna Taylor-Joy, is that her name? Anna Taylor-Joy, aye. Is a good casting as a young Furiosa. I think that works. So yeah, I'll be seeing that day one for sure, whenever it comes out. The Goose is brilliant. I can't think what the Goose is, mate. Maybe it's just sometimes when you're on stream and there's a little bit of kind of live pressure, some obvious things don't come to you as quick in the comments, but I can't think what the Goose is, mate. Cheekstar777, Beverly Hills Cop 4 is already in post-production, coming to Netflix 2024. Netflix movies, man. Has anyone seen Rebel Moon yet? What's your thoughts on Rebel Moon if you've seen it? Right, I don't understand why it's getting pulverised within an inch of its life, Rebel Moon, but it's not that good, is it? Let's face it. It's hollow. It's Zack Snyder doing, like, the characters you don't care about them. They've no backstory to them. Someone I seen described it as being like a video game, in that the way they recruit the characters in it, they go to the different planets, they recruit a character one at a time. There's a bit of a kind of set piece, some of which are cool. The Spider Lady set piece is quite cool, but you don't know anything about them, and then they move on. So it's kind of like a video game where you do level by level, and it's alright. I mean, it's like popcorn fare, but it's like, yeah, it's not. You can tell it was initially supposed to be. It was a pitch for Star Wars, and he's just tried to backward engineer it, but it's not very original as a result, because it's so obvious, glaringly obvious, that it was supposed to have Star Wars characters in it. But it's alright, but I don't think it's getting absolutely panned, but I'm actually quite intrigued to see part 2. It's alright. If you like Zack Snyder, you'll like it. Yeah, sci-fi really shows off 4K HDR. Yeah, I would agree, mate, it does. Sci-fi movies in general are always good, usually with surround sound and on 4K, like, video-wise. Trick or Not, although not a fan of Rebel Moon, right? Okay. I think you're in the majority there. I don't think Rebel Moon's gone down particularly well. I'm interested in watching you open your Godfather special edition. Right, okay, right, no worries, mate. That makes sense. Right, let's get one of these open, and I'll give you a question, right, just to keep you going while I'm at it. So here's the first one. In The Hangover, what did Alan name the baby? And I'm covering the answer because it's on the card. But in The Hangover, what did Alan name the baby? First one with the right answer in the comments gets a pat in the back. So, and we'll get Indiana Jones opened. Right, so my trusty Stanley knife. Every man should have a Stanley knife. Although mine doesn't get used for anything that's like, manly and useful in the house. It only gets used to open steelbooks. So it does. Anyway, right, let's get on about this. So this is the 4K Steelbook edition of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I seen this at the cinema. I enjoyed it. I did a full live stream on it actually with my good schoolmate and filmmaker in his own right, Alan Crook. It was a good one actually. It was one of the better streams we've did. I thought there was some interesting talking points, good interaction with the comment section and stuff. So it's worth checking out if you like Indiana Jones and you want to see me talk more about it. But I enjoyed it. It's not as good as the originals. I kind of enjoyed it more first time around certainly than Crystal Skull. I thought the opening was great, even if it was kind of synthetic Indiana Jones. The de-aging was generally pretty good, I have to say, for Harrison Ford, and it really did feel like you were watching, had they made a fourth movie in the 80s, that you were watching that movie, and the train sequence at the beginning. Other than one or two dodgy CGI shots, I thought it was good. But it's respectful to Indiana. It's respectful to Indiana Jones, the character of Indiana Jones, in relation to the fact that he's supposed to be 80-year-old, and this one it's set in the late 60s, and I think it kind of does that well. And obviously he's not going to be as mobile in his action. It's not going to be as action orientated around Indiana Jones certainly as it was in the 40s. Sorry, in the 80s when they were made, when Harrison Ford was much younger and much more capable physically. Although he is in amazing shape and still does a lot of the stunts himself. But people said that Phoebe Waller-Bridge kind of like undercut him and almost made a mockery of him and stuff, and they ruined his legacy. I thought that was a lot of shite. People saying that. She doesn't at all. Is she a bit annoying? Maybe, but like I don't think she overshadows him in any way. It's just the reality is that if you're doing an action film, even if it's Indiana Jones and the actor is 80-year-old, you're going to need a younger lead to kind of help carry it for a younger audience as well. So I liked it. I think it's worth a watch. Bit of a zany ending, but I quite liked that as well. Anyway, so that's your steelbook. Pretty nice, kind of minimalistic design. I'll give you a look at the spine. So there's a spine. It kind of carries over, kind of wraparound design. Scottish Geek Guy, if he's watching, he did a cracking unboxing of this. He does really nice kind of like beauty shots at the end. So if you want a better look at this, you're better watching his fully fledged unbox, but you'll get a wee sneak preview here. But I like the design of it. I've got the white god awful Zavi steelbooks, and I've got an old out of print collector's edition of the original, what was the complete, including the fourth. So I'm quite happy. I'm not going to bother getting the other steelbooks, although I did like. I prefer the ones with the traditional artwork on it. But this is all right. Looking forward to watching the special features on it. I have had a wee sneak peek of it on Disney Plus, so I kind of know roughly what it will look like, but it'll obviously look even better on disc. So that's your discs. I'm not sure if that's bespoke artwork on the discs. Hold them up for you. I'm not sure if that's like bespoke artwork on the discs themselves for the steelbook, or if this is what they look like even on the standard version. But obviously you get a 4K and your Blu-ray there. And then inside you have a picture of them on the tip, which I like that sequence. It kind of harks back. It feels like an old school indie sequence, and it's well done, and you still see enough of Harrison Ford. It's not a CGI Harrison Ford kind of thing. I think it's kind of well edited and well shot, so as not to show the age of him, show him up too much, show show that he's missing a step, obviously, compared to what he was 40, even 20 years ago. But that's the Steelbook. Pretty nice, the Indiana Jones one. Looking forward to watching it. Wife's not seen it yet, so we'll watch it. As far as like spec goes, it's Dolby Atmos, or it'll be Atmos because it's Disney. I don't know if they've improved any more, but I know that Disney's Atmos tracks can sometimes leave a little bit to be desired. And I don't see Dolby Vision on the box. Probably not, because I think Disney don't tend to shell out for the license for Dolby Vision. It's annoying that it'll be on Dolby Vision will be on Disney Plus, but not on the disc. But it's not the end of the world. I'd still rather watch HDR10 on a disc than watch Dolby Vision, compressed, streamed. So yeah, that's Indiana Jones, the Dial of Destiny. Looking forward to watching that. Any answers? Let's skim to the end, see if anyone get the answer right for. Don't see any answers. Oh, there we go. Trek or Not's got the answer. So the answer, of course, for The Hangover. In The Hangover, what did Alan name the baby? Was, of course, Carlos. So Trek or Not was right. That's the only one I can see that's right so far. Where was I? Anyway, and then we'll... it's probably coming to time we'll be doing this wheel of names in a minute, so if there's any last call, if you want your name on this wheel, fire it on. I'll scan through all the comments and I'll add you in if you're not on it already before I get it up and we announce the winner. Okay, so where were we on the comments? So Cheekster77 watched the re-release of the Titanic in IMAX with laser 3D high frame rate earlier this year. Epic. I bet it was, mate. I bet it was. I'm a wee bit more progressive when it comes to digital cinematography, high frame rates and all that. Now this might annoy people and I'm planning on talking about it more in videos. But like, I'm all for authenticity. If you've watched the videos, I go on about it. I like to see grain where there should be grain, But I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, if it doesn't have grain in it, it's not a film. Right? Grain is a product of film. It's a byproduct of celluloid film, which we've came to associate with movies. Hence why people refer to, I'm going to see a film as, and they call it a film, when really, we should really be calling it movie now, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to see something that's not shot on film at all. It's shot digitally, so it should really be called a movie. Anyway, so when you're looking at an old transfer, I'm more than happy to see grain on it, because that's kind of how it was done. But it's like anything else, it's like evolution. They're using digital cameras now, that's just the way it's going, and you're not going to see as much film grain. It's the same with the 24 frames per second. That originally came about because it was the most financially viable way and practical way to splice together moving images to trick the eye that they were moving. Like they could have done 60 frames per second back then, but it would have been taking them ages because they would have to cut obviously 60 frames together, and it took the editor forever to do it, and they would have had to use much more film to obviously do it in a high frame rate, whereas 24 frames per second was deemed to be the least amount of film or images they could use, which would reduce the amount of film they use, but still be smooth enough that it would trick your eye that it was a moving image. So that's where the 24 frames per second things came from. I'm not trying to teach anyone to suck eggs. If I appreciate people probably know that, but just to give the context, right? So we're now moving into, that's not an issue anymore. If we want to shoot in high frame rate, we can. So that's where that came from. It wasn't because somebody decided that 24 frames per second was the way to watch movies. It came about purely for a financial reason, a practicality reason, and then it's went on and it's got this legacy. And yeah, I like the look of it as well. The minute you put like motion smoothing on, or you flick over to Coronation Street, you can tell you're not watching a movie. You can tell you're not watching a 24 frames per second film, and people like that distinction. That's great, but at the same time, I'm all for it if content creators, that's because I'm a YouTuber, filmmakers, if they want to use like high frame rate, like James Cameron's obviously a tinker, and he's someone who likes to keep changing things. I'm all for that. If not necessarily changing what is gone before, but ultimately it is his movie, so he can do what he wants with it, whether we like it or not. But if people want to start like experimenting, like Ang Lee with Gemini Man, 60 frames per second, there was an outrage about it, saying it doesn't look like film, No, it doesn't look like film because it's not filmed on film, it's digital. It's a director's choice to do it that way, and if you don't like it, that's fine. But yeah, it just annoys me a little bit that we stick to this, the grain and the 24 frames per second. Is it, like, if we stuck with what was originally around, we wouldn't even have audio in films. Things change, you know, like it would have been the same when the silent films got like audio. There would have been people saying, "Oh, this isn't art," you know, this isn't, you know, people would have said they were trash because they had like audio over them and stuff. So I think we need to kind of like be a bit more open minded with how the future of filmmakers choose to create their art. Anyway, that's my big rant there. I didn't really mean to go on about that, but it's something that I'm quite passionate about. So you've sent me off on a big tangent there, Cheekster, but I'd be quite interested to see that as well. But that's the sticky point though, isn't it? It's like when that was obviously originally filmed on film and it'd be 24 frames per second, and now Cameron's tinkering about and changing it to 60 or whatever it is, using that true cinema thing that he does, like he did with Avatar. So I get people might be annoyed about that because it's like, well, you're changing the history of your old movie, but it is his movie to change. But then there's the argument for, yeah, but once it's like anything, it's like an artist when they record a song and they release it and it becomes part of culture. It's not theirs anymore. It's kind of, it belongs to the fans. So there's that argument. So it is. I understand the controversy with regards, you know, like the Terminator 2 thing, you know, ridding it of the grain and smoothing it all out. I understand that because that's not how that originally was made, you know. But I think going forward, we need to be more open to different ways of filmmaking. Trick or not, yeah, that's right. The Steelbook came with half. Cool. Yeah, half the special features. With regards to the RoboDoc, that is, folks. The US version doesn't have all the special features. Only the UK one is the kind of definitive one. Trick or not, Star Trek Generations at Christmas. Okay, is that what you? I've got a mate who likes to watch Band of Brothers. Every year he does the full season of Band of Brothers. From like, you know, 1st of December onwards, every whatever it was, every a couple of episodes a week kind of thing. Paul Tams talks movies and games. I always like to watch Lord of the Rings over Christmas, but just not had the time this year. Yeah, it's not easy to fit in, depending on what versions you're watching, Paul. It's not easy to fit in, you know, like either 9 or 12 hours of movie watching just to get that trilogy in, I suppose. Trick or not, Wall-E isn't bad at Christmas as well. I've only seen Wall-E once. I really enjoyed it though. I watched it on Disney Plus maybe about a year ago with the kids and the missus. Cheekster, seems like Screambox messed up the US Blu-ray release of RoboDoc. It was supposed to be a 2-disc release, excuse me, but they only released a single disc, which meant 5 of the 9 special features were omitted. Cheers for that, Cheekster. That's kind of what myself and Trek are not were talking about there. So thanks for giving people a little bit more clarity on that. So it was a balls up, was it, for lack of a better expression from Streambox. Sucks to be an American in that case then, but at least we're lucky that we got it okay over here. No offence to any Americans in the chat. Jim's Retro Emporium, Raiders of the Lost Ark on Channel 4 as we speak. I know, mate. I know, and I was enjoying it whilst I was having my dinner there. And I felt like a proper geek, as I say, with my Well of the Souls, Lost City of Tanis t-shirt on. Whilst I was watching it, my wife was just looking at me and shaking her head, as she often does. Stevie Dan, the goose from the first Mad Max. Of course, the goose. Aye, right, aye. This is what I mean. See when I'm doing the chat and I'm on live, obvious things, because we're jumping from different comments, obvious things escape me, but I totally get what you mean there. The goose is like the goose is his pal, isn't it? The kind of maverick hotshot neighbour of his, who unfortunately meets a tragic end. Trick or not, the Northern Irish accent through left me asking what the hell. And I'm from there. Aye, that's it's even quicker than the Scottish one, the Northern Irish accent. Stevie Dan, Rebel Moon is like Seven Samurai in space. I've never seen Seven Samurai, to my shame. I need to get it watched. But I know that Star Wars was kind of inspired by Seven Samurai, and then obviously Star Wars inspired Rebel Moon as well. Jim's Retro Emporium, never seen The Hangover, mate. Oh, Hangover films are awesome. Really good. And we're kind of caught up. Well, let's get another trivia question in, and then we'll do the draw. Let's see, what have we got? That's crap. Some of them are really easy. For example, what movie in the James Bond franchise was the first to star Daniel Craig? Right, Casino Royale, obviously. So I need to go through them until I find one that's going to challenge you guys somewhat. Here's one. Who did Armie Hammer star alongside in Call Me By Your Name? Who did Army Hammer, disgraced Army Hammer, who's now in hiding and apparently is like a salesman or something, and Call Me By Your Name. There you go. Right, is everybody on this wheel of names? I'm going to get it up. Just double check that you're on the wheel of names and you're happy. And if not, let me know in the comments. Okay. Cheekster, he named the baby Carlos. Yep, you're correct, mate. Nice guy, Eddie. Andy. Is that in relation to my big rant about filmmaking, mate? You fell out with me. I was going to hold off on Dial of Destiny, but now Disney Plus is charging more for 4K. I have stuck to the $7.99 plan where you only get HD. Yeah, I'm in a strange situation with Disney Plus because I used to get it through O2, so it was like an add-on to my phone plan before they introduced the tiers, and I cancelled it. So I got £2 off my airtime if I took it. So effectively, I was getting Disney Plus for $5.99, and I cancelled it. It's definitely not on my bill. I'm not getting charged for it. However, I still get it, and that's been like 2 months now. And I seem to be getting the premium version because I'm getting 4K and Dolby Atmos and all that. So I don't know what's going on. If it's transferred me over to like the premium one because it was O2, but there's been some kind of mix up where O2 hasn't communicated with them, so I'm still getting it. So I'm just going to ride it out as long as I can. But when it goes, I'm not renewing it. I'm going to take a break from it. Defiant, no, I feel disrespectful towards his character from the 80s. I feel it's disrespectful towards his character from the 90s. Right, okay, so Defiant in relation to Indiana Jones. Yeah, I mean, my opinion's not definitive, mate. Of course it's not. So if you feel it was disrespectful, fair enough. I think the problem is like it's one of the few characters, isn't it, where like it's sacred and that like it's Indiana Jones is as much Harrison Ford as as much Indiana Jones. And I mean, you could argue, did they even need to have it? They didn't really need to have it, to be honest. Didn't need to make it. However, I seen it as, as a big indie fan, grew up loving indie. I just thought it was kind of nice to get one more, to see him on screen once more. And I think, obviously Harrison Ford's in the twilight of his life, isn't he? Although he's in fantastic shape, and I hope he's with us a lot longer. But I think he enjoyed it as a nostalgia trip, So it's one of those ones where it's like there's just no escaping. You can't have an 80-year-old legacy character come back unless you reboot it, with a new actor. But they didn't because Harrison Ford's in it. Like it would just be ridiculous if he was jumping about carrying on the way he did like 40 years previous. So you're always going to be towing that line of it being disrespectful to an extent. But that's real life. Like nobody. Like you're not at your it's just the way the world goes. You're in your prime for a certain amount of time, and then you're not. So if you're going to make a film about Indy when he's 80, you're risking people seeing it as disrespectful because he's not going to be what he was. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good. I liked seeing him one last time. Stevie Dan, Indiana Jones rode a horse down Argyle Street. I know. Every bloody Hollywood film these days. I watched The Flash the other night there, and it's all done in George Square as well. If you're not from Scotland, folks, I don't know, there's a fire sale on just now in filming in George Square in Glasgow. Like every big blockbuster recently, Indiana Jones, The Batman, The Flash, the canned Batgirl movie was also filmed in Glasgow. It's like every other month there's something getting filmed in Glasgow. I don't know what it is. I guess it's unique kind of mismatch of like structures and stuff. It's quite ambidextrous, shall we say, to being dressed up for different cities in America. But in The Flash, it kind of took me out of it because it was just ridiculous. That the thought of I thought that scene in The Flash was a bit strange. I liked it as an action sequence, but Batman in broad daylight is daft to me. Like I just don't think Batman should be cutting about in broad daylight. Which is the case in that scene in The Flash. Although as an action sequence in itself, it's pleasing to watch as an action fan. Nice guy, Eddie. I much preferred watching Dial of Destiny at home than at the cinema, that's for sure. Still the worst of the 5 for me. Aye, fair enough. Do you know what? Crystal Skull grows on you. And I think after Dial of Destiny, it's went up in people's estimations in general, I think, Crystal Skull. I quite like it. Oof. Jesus Christ, this is controversial. Paul Tams talks movies and games. Dial of Destiny is greater than Temple of Doom. Hard no. Hard no, mate. You're entitled to your opinion, but I think Temple of Doom is fantastic. I hold it in just as much regard as the rest of the Raiders and Last Crusade, but that's because I grew up. Temple of Doom was the only one I had recorded off the telly, and I used to watch it over and over again. But even watching it now, I still think it's great. It's just ropey. It's got the most ropey special effects because they were quite ambitious with the whole minecart thing and all that, and the kind of supernatural stuff. So it shows its cracks now, 40 years down the line, but it's still good. Stevie Dan, I liked the Harrison Ford documentary on Disney Plus. So did I, mate. I thought that was great. I watched it with the wife. Really enjoyed it. Even though it's a bit of a puff piece, kind of tribute to Harrison Ford, it's still worth watching. It's well done and well put together. And then the wife was like, immediately was like, "Can we watch Dial of Destiny?" Because it got her kind of psyched for it. But I definitely recommend you checking that out, just like Stevie said there, if you haven't watched it. Badger Phipps, I used spot remover on my dog. Now he's gone. Oh, the dad jokes, mate. Oh, dearie me. How you doing, Badger? Thanks for that contribution there. Casino Royale. Is that in relation to the dummy easy question? Has anyone got the answer to that one yet? Who did Army Hammer star alongside and Call Me By Your Name? I think that won awards like a couple of years ago. Stick mine on. Oh, Paul's your name not on? Of course, mate. Of course. Let's get your name on. Paul Tams. Oh, fuck. Right, disregard. Oh, get that off. Misfire. We'll go again. Anyway, right, that's your name on. I didn't mean to go there. Right, oh no, I'm not on the wheel. 1981, you're not on the wheel, mate? I'll get you on the now, then we'll do it, right? I'll quickly check all the comments and then we'll do the review. Army Hammer start, cheek start. Army Hammer starred alongside Timothy Chalamet. You're absolutely correct, mate. There you go. The answer was indeed Timothy Chalamet. Let's give you another one where we're going. Will we wait? In the movie Citizen Kane, what was quote-unquote Rosebud? In the movie Citizen Kane, what was quote-unquote Rosebud? That's our next question, trivia question. Kazim, alright mate, hope you had a good Christmas. I did, mate, I had a very low-key Christmas. I've got a big keg of Stella. I'm drinking a bottle here, but I've got a keg of Stella unfiltered in my perfect draft. And I just worked my way through half of that on Christmas Day whilst entertaining the kids. And then I watched that Ricky Gervais stand up actually. Watched Ricky Gervais, that was quite good. And then we ended up watching another stand up, Trevor Noah, South African boy, he was good. And before we knew it, it was like 1 a.m. and we flicked on like just whatever was on TV, and it was Monty Python's Now for Something Completely Different. I don't know if it's because we were steaming. But we were finding it absolutely hilarious, killing ourselves laughing, and before we knew it, it was like 20 to 2 in the morning, and we were like, God, we better get to our bed. But that was my kind of Christmas evening. I'll just flick to the end of these comments just to make sure I've not missed any names, and then we'll do this. Trick or Not, Chalamet, yep, that's correct, mate, that's the answer. Sorry, you got that before Cheekster, but anyway. Right, your name's on, Paul. Stevie Dan, Glasgow is Gotham City. Yeah, apparently so, mate. It's probably just every bit as dangerous as Gotham City, speaking from experience. I could do a Batman in it. Trick or Not, Sidekicks is better than Karate Kid. What is Sidekicks again? I know it's an old 80s karate. That's not the one with... Is that the one with Chuck Norris in it, Sidekicks? I've not seen that in years. I see... one of his films that's a bit of a classic from my childhood is coming to 4K soon. Lone Wolf McQuaid, an Orion movie. I think I might have to get that. Who's seen Lone Wolf McQuaid? Absolute belter of a film. Chuck Norris and David Carradine. Stevie Dan, I bought my sister and brother-in-law Barbie in Oppenheimer for Christmas. They were delighted. Oh, nice, doing the old Barbenheimer. I wonder if that'll become a thing. That, obviously, it was a big phenomenon in the cinemas, the whole Barbenheimer thing. But I wonder if it will continue to be, you know, something that people do the Barbenheimer double bill for generations to come. Ben Pascal, oh, how you doing, Ben, mate? I've not spoken to you in a while. I know you got in touch with me the other day there. Apologies, mate. I'm murder for texting people back sometimes. I'm shocking, but I always get back. So cheers for hitting us up on the stream, mate. I thought Dana Destiny was just okay. I went for the 4K UHD and wish I'd saved myself 25 quid and just went for the Disney stream. I know that's the conundrum with Disney Plus stuff in it. Being a big indie fan, I wanted it for the collection, but it is annoying that it's on there, and they always put it on early. And like I say, they give the streaming version the Dolby Vision license, which pisses me off as well. But that is what it is. I just feel they're shooting themselves in the foot. I think, would it not make more sense? Because I know they're starting to release stuff like Mandalorian, the Marvel stuff, Mandalorian, Loki, and all that. Prey, because they're realising that like they shouldn't be. It's an easy cash cow physical media, and they shouldn't be entirely giving up on it. But so why not just factor that in? Was it too much to ask that they should release the discs? I think a month or so before they hit streaming, at least a month, and like Dolby Vision should be on the disc, not the stream. There shouldn't be any features on the stream, in my opinion. I know there might be the odd film like Indiana Jones may actually have them on there, but there are ones that they don't do that. There should be an incentive to buy the disc, basically. Otherwise, what's the point? You're not going to get new people into it. 1981, cheers, mate. No worries. I'll do this just in a wee second, folks, I promise. I'm not just trying to drag out the watch timers here. Rosebud was his sledge. You're absolutely right, Stevie Dan. There you go. The name of Kane's sled. See if we can get one more in the go. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a Christmas related one. In fact, no, I'm not even going to ask it. Well, okay, I'll do it. Which UK airport was used for the opening scene in Love Actually? Never seen Love Actually. I have no interest in seeing it either. Anyway, there's your question. Which UK airport was used for the opening scene in Love Actually? Just seeing as it's a Christmas film, it's kind of related, isn't it, to the stream? Right, I think everybody is. I don't see anyone else asking to get in, right? So, last chance, without further ado, we're going to do this wheel of names now, right? Right, here we go. Got 14 entries there. We've got Badger Phipps, Barry, BDTV, Cheekster, David McKee, Kazim, Nice Guy 80, Scottish Geek Guy, Trek or Not, Mark Feldman 3023, Django Max, HD Visions, Paul Tams, in 1981. Anyone else need knowing it? Speak now or forever hold your peace. This is of course for Elf on 4K Blu-ray. Sorry there's no oh no, what's happened? Sorry there's no slip, folks. I know we like slips in this community, but it's obviously a re-release and it's the kind of thinner case, so it didn't have a slip, unfortunately, but it is sealed, obviously. Never been used, never been watched before. And if it was me, it's not one you're going to watch over and over again, is it? So it wouldn't bother me too much. It's going to be tucked away somewhere. It's not like it's going to be on your pride of place in your collection, is it? For most, I would imagine. Right. Nobody else is commenting, so let's do it. Here we go. I think it's 20 seconds it takes, right? Best of luck, folks. This is for the Elf 4K Blu-ray competition. Here we go. And we're off. We're off to the races. Boom. And the winner is Barry Blu-ray Baz. Congratulations, mate. I'm pretty sure that's Blu-ray Baz. So Barry ZX5ZF, you're an absolute generic YouTube username there. You are now the proud owner, or soon to be the proud owner of Elf on 4K Blu-ray, mate. Alright. Sorry to the ones that have missed out. I'll try and do more of these in the future. I've not made that money, obviously, but I'll try and do some more. giveaways as the channel gets bigger and stuff. Some more exciting ones, hopefully. But this will be winging its way to you. All you need to do, well, I know you anyway, Baz, through, I know we text back and forward every now and then. It wasn't, and that doesn't mean it's rigged, by the way. That was a genuine wheel of names there. But I'll get in touch with you, mate, and I'll get it sent out to you. But thanks for everyone who took part in it and commented and shared your Christmas films with you. Sorry I didn't get back to those comments. I've just been really busy, obviously, Christmas Day with the family and stuff. But I will go back through them, and I'll give you a bit of chat about your favourite Christmas films and whatnot. I do like going through all the comments. It's just it's a busy time of year, so I've not had the chance to. I knew I'd be coming on to speak to you anyway. But yeah, it was just to give something back, folks. I'm a big believer in giving stuff back. As I said in my recent little Christmas video there, we'll get us on the big chat again. As I said in my recent Christmas video there, I do appreciate each and every one of you. It does mean a lot to me, and it was awesome passing 1,000 subscribers when I first started the channel. I mean, if you go back and look at my first video, it's absolutely shocking. not that my current ones are like amazing or anything, but I didn't think I'd be sitting here, you know, being able to do a live stream and be able to kind of expect there to be people that would definitely come on and interact, and I consider a lot of you guys, you know, mates. You know, I've not met any of you really in real life, but I think it's a great community, and you get to kind of know even just the people I chat with through the comments. You get to kind of know their sense of humour and what they're interested in and stuff, and it's great, you know. So I just wanted to give something back, because you guys give your time every week or so, watching the videos, taking the time to comment, and I do appreciate it. So Barry, I hope you enjoy Elf in 4K, and commiserations to those who missed out, but I will be doing more giveaways and whatnot in the future. Catch up with some of the comments, and then I'll tease what this, I'll show you what this is. So the one I'm opening up, which I got recently, is the 60th anniversary of Doctor No box set. So this came out about a year ago, something, because it's 2022 was the 60th anniversary of Bond, so they released this Steelbook Collector's Edition of Doctor No. I'm a massive Bond fan, by the way. Not talked about it too much on the channel, but I'm a huge Bond fan. It's probably Bond that is responsible for, you know, making me a movie fan. When I was a kid, I was obsessed, collecting them all and stuff. I've got them all in Blu-ray, got the Daniel Craig's in 4K. Even got the DVD tin still that went up to Die Another Day. That I'll never get rid of, because that was like a big thing for me when I was like, you know, 12, 13, and I was buying them individually and collecting them. But this, when it came out, was like 30 quid, but just because it wasn't 4K, I was put off. But it did look like quite a nice set, so I was waiting, and then I actually shared it on the community feed of the channel that this was going for $8.99 on Zavi, brand new. And I thought, you know what, I'm for it. So I got it like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I thought I'll just keep it and I'll do a wee live stream. So we'll get that open in a wee second, and I'll talk you through it. We'll just do some more comments. Let's see, where were we? It was a sign for smoking. What was a sign for smoking? Jonathan Townsley was a sign for smoking. Lost me, mate. Is that in relation to another comment? You can let me know, mate. Stevie Dan, Kevin Bridges' latest stand-up was quite good. Is that on any streaming platform, Stevie? Or is that is that DVD only or something? I like Kevin Bridges, but I've not actually watched. I watched him when he first came about, and he's funny. Like the whole TV changing thing was a cracking, relatable gag. The whole, when you had Sky TV with the magic link, and you could watch the last channel that your dad was watching, and then the old softball would come on. That was a cracking. Loved that sketch that he did in his first stand-up. Anyway, Cheekstar77, Rosebud is the last word spoken on his deathbed by Charles Kane. I appreciate that question wasn't great, because it was, I think Rosebud has a few uses, does it not, in Citizen Kane? But that's the answer on the card. Rickonaut, yeah, Chuck. I seen it in Amsterdam live. Okay. Oh, right, okay. What, you seen the Armageddon tour live? Jonathan, I've actually seen Ricky Gervais live as well. I've seen Fame, the Fame one in Glasgow. He was brilliant. I really liked Ricky Gervais, although I did feel that one, I enjoyed Armageddon, but I felt like that one was entirely controversial. Like he'd made a thing about kind of just going after everything he said was controversial and trying to get a reaction a wee bit. Still found it funny, but I kind of preferred these other stand-ups, if I'm honest. Trick or Not, Vinegar Syndrome did a 4K Sidekicks limited collector's edition, managed to land it. Really cool set. Not seen that. I've not seen Sidekicks in years, but I remember having fun with it as a kid on VHS. Cheekster, I've seen Lone Wolf McQuaid as a kid on rental VHS tape. I had a cracking cover. It had a topless Chuck Norris with his big chest wig, and he's holding like a sawn-off shotgun but in front of his crotch, and he's tight, like bootcut stonewashed jeans with his big like western buckle, and there's like fucking fire and everything going on behind him. It's like one of those classic VHS straight to video covers from the 80s. Brilliant, man. Need to check if you're into all that 80s action and stuff and Chuck Norris. You need to check it out. I think it's got quite a good fight at the end between him and David Carradine as well. Trek or Not? Oh, it's a native scan, is it? Of Sidekicks. Cool. Gatwick Airport is not the correct answer, Cheekster, in relation to Love Actually. Love Actually, I know. Trek or Not, spewing emoji. That's my reaction to Love Actually as well. Rewatched Love Actually in 4K yesterday. Is it on 4K? Is it on disc, or is it just on a stream or something? Blu-ray is the one situation where a slip up is a good thing. Yeah, that's true. Cheekster, well done Barry. Yeah, well done Barry on winning the 4K Blu-ray of Elf. Well, congrats, flood in for Barry. Yay, I won, thanks folks. You're very welcome, mate. You're very welcome. It'll be winging its way to you shortly. Oh, I forgot to say congrats on your 1K subscribers. Aye, thanks, Kazim. It was actually a while ago. It was like 2 months ago or something. And the moment just kind of passed. But I just wanted to thank everyone. It's a massive thing on YouTube. It's because it's the whole monetization thing. I'm quite candid about that. I don't mind speaking about it. I make absolutely jack shit out of this channel. I've not made a penny out of it. I would like to get to a position where it makes a small amount of revenue, just so I can fund my own hobby, and ultimately I can then buy more stuff to give away, get more stuff in regularly. But it's the main criteria you need to kind of apply for it is the 1K. But there's other criteria as well that I'm not quite hitting yet, so I'm not making any money on this channel, just in case anyone's interested. But that's why it's such a big thing on YouTube. But for me, it was just a great target as well. And now that I've kind of got it, it's a wee bit of a monkey off the back. But I've kind of carried on, and I do my videos like right from day one. Is you know, it doesn't really matter to me, the subs. I'm just grateful for the ones that are. It matters because you want to get over that milestone and be eligible. But from here on in, it's just the more the merrier. The more subs, the more engagement, the more community we form. You know, it's all good. It inspires me. So that's kind of why I'm into it. All the best to you and the family, Andy. Cheers, Ben. Don't worry about being busy with the fam. Happens to the best of us. Hopefully catch up soon, mate. We definitely will, mate. We've had a few late night discussions. We've had a laugh. You're always giving me good films and recommendations to watch. So I'll catch up with you soon, mate. But cheers for being on the stream. I appreciate it. Dr. No looks cool. Let's get it open then, Stevie. So Dr. No, let's get it open. Then we'll do Godfather, and then I'll sign out for the night, folks. So Doctor No, like I say, I actually really like Doctor No as a Bond film. Yeah, it was kind of before the formula was established. I would say Goldfinger was when they had the blueprint for what is now known as the Bond formula. But like I think Connery gives a really charged, energised performance in this, more so than arguably any of the other ones. Probably just because it was his first. You know, and there's that bit of nervous energy as to whether or not it's going to work and it's going to be well received. And he's good in them all, I think. Apart from, I think towards the end, I think You Only Live Twice, he just looks like he can't be arsed being there. Diamonds Are Forever, he looks like he's having fun with it because I think he knows it's his last time, or he thought it was his last time. And a lot of it was going to charity and stuff, and it was on his terms, whereas I think he was scunnered by the end of You Only Live Twice. Anyway, so yeah, the artwork, as you can see, is that of if you've seen Doctor No, you'll know this is like the Morris Binder opening titles, with the kind of circles going across to 3 blind mice. There's your spine. Those are just stickers, by the way, so they'll come off if you want the cleaner look. Same with that, these ones here. And then it has a kind of card, J-card over the top, so I'll just peel off. Oh man, that's absolutely welded down. Maybe it doesn't come off. Maybe that doesn't come off. Well, it must come off. I'm not going to do it on stream just now in case it doesn't. But I'll take it out. I'll take out the contents obviously. So you get a steelbook with this one. So I'll show you the steelbook first. So the steelbook, I think there's like a whole range of these. I think there's Abbey exclusive, not in rigid slip boxes, but just every Bond film is available. Where it's the kind of like opening sequence or something relevant to the film is the kind of artwork as opposed to the old, the traditional movie poster. But that's your spine with the traditional font for each movie. Wrap around kind of design. It's just a shame about the kind of credits and stuff on the bottom, just kind of ruining it a wee bit. But it's a kind of matte finish, no spot gloss or anything, and then inside, very boring. Just Dr. No on Blu-ray. And as you look at the inside, it's just a 007 logo. But it's a nice steelbook. I think it's got a nice, simple looking steelbook of the time, 60s Bond films. It's a shame, as I say, about that. But that's pretty nice. But then inside it you get this little booklet. So you get Dr. No booklet. Joseph Wiseman, Dr. No on the back. And alright, so this is just an artwork booklet, so I'll flick through it and show you. So you get Bernard Lee there, Moneypenny, Lewis Maxwell, Sylvia Trench. I can't remember the actress that played Sylvia Trench, but she was supposed to be a recurring character in the Bond films. She's only in from Russia with Love, and then I think they felt, the way it was going, being a womanizer basically, that it wouldn't make sense to have her as the kind of long-suffering girlfriend when he was hooking up with different women all the time, so she get kind of ditched after From Russia with Love. I won't go through every single one of these with commentary, but I could easily do that because I'm a big Bond fan. There's obviously the time immortal iconic image of Ursula Andress as she emerges from the water. Some publicity shots, more stuff from Key West. The dragon, so the dragon tank comes with this. It's like a cardboard pop-up dragon tank you have to build. I'm not doing that in the stream with a beer in me, but I'll maybe put a wee picture of it up on the community page once I've built it. So that's quite cool to sit that outside your outside the box set itself if you want to display it. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going through all of it, but that's pretty much it. It just continues on in kind of chronological order, and there's a few behind the scenes shots kind of at the end. There's obviously Ian Fleming and Sean Connery there. Apparently Ian Fleming took to Connery straight away after he'd seen his performance, and as such wrote a Scottish backstory for the character after Connery had played him in Dr. No. So that's what the Skyfall heritage and all that is from about. Apparently that's in tribute to Sean Connery. So there you go, a wee bit of Bond trivia for you. So then you've got these cards as well. They come in this kind of nice wallet. Opening up. Inside, so there's your tank in bits, and apparently there's instructions on how to build it. But there's like a cardboard cutout of the dragon tank. So I'll have a go. I may have a go at that tonight. Actually, we'll see. So there's that, and then you've got. So these are postcards, as you can see. They're actually like functioning postcards, and it's just artwork from the movie. The old school 60s artwork, which is really cool. I've actually got a really nice might be in here. I've got a nice Dr. No quad poster that I used to have framed in my bachelor pad, shall we say, before I settled down with the wife and that. But it's something that I take just now. I might get it up in here. In fact, this is it, I think. This might be it. Is that? No, that's not it. It's similar to that, but it's landscape. It's kind of like that. It's that design with Bond with the girls, but it's landscape, the picture I've got. There you go. And there's your poster. So for $8.99, I think that's pretty good. It's just a shame, obviously, it's not 4K. I know that all the Bond films have been scanned in 4K, So if you have them on Blu-ray, like the box set, they're 4K scans, downscaled, but they'll need a HDR grading, obviously, if they're ever going to release them in 4K with HDR, and they might need reworked audio, but I don't really see the point in that with the old 60s ones and stuff. Maybe some of the newer ones could do with Atmos and stuff, but I don't really see the point when it comes to the 60s ones, redoing them. But hopefully we will see them in 4K, but I don't know if you've seen the Bond films in Blu-ray, but they're absolutely fantastic, like stunning picture quality. So I don't know how much they could improve them, just colour timings and stuff. But yeah, that's that, $8.99. It might still be $8.99, but if you're impressed with that, have a look on Zavi, and you might be able to get it. But that's that. So we'll just go look at these comments, and then we'll do Godfather, and then I'll let you go on with your night. Okay. Dr. No looks cool. Yeah, it is, mate. I'm quite happy with it. Badger, oh, that Dr. No is a sexy boy. Yeah, I'm quite happy. For $8.99, Badger, you can't knock it. I've seen it loads, Dr. No. It's a good movie. I love the whole scene where he plays Patience, waiting on, what's his name, the doctor coming back. You know, I love that. I hope they incorporate that into Bond going forward. See the old school spycraft stuff, you know, like when he gets to the hotel room and Dr. No, and it's that he takes the hair out. I'd be struggling there right enough, but he takes the hair out and puts it across like the cupboard and stuff, so that he knows when he comes back in if anyone's been through the cupboard, and unbugging the room and all that. And then there's that scene where he knows that he'll come from in the night, so he does up the bed to make it look like he's in bed, and then he sits by the bedside and in the darkness playing Patience with his gun ready waiting on him, you know, all that stuff. I love all that, all the spycraft. I hope they kind of bring that back. Like, I really enjoyed Guy Ritchie's The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the period setting. It'd be interesting if they did that with Bond. I know that Nolan is apparently in talks with that, Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm all for him playing Bond, and I'm all for Nolan doing it. But it'd be interesting if they did go back. But I just hope they bring that back in, you know, the kind of spycraft, and not just rely on the daft gadgets and all that, getting them out of situations. Just got it to Dr. No. Just got it to Dr. No. I got it in iTunes. Ah, right, okay. Okay, it's a bit stupid the criteria YouTube sets should be able to take money from the start. I know. Especially when, like, I've been quite fortunate that some of my videos have done okay. Like, I say done okay, as in they've had a few thousand views. Like, I think one of the very first videos I did, which was about TV settings, is like closing in on about 10. I guess like 100 to 200 views every day, every 2 days or something like that. I've never made a penny on it. I'm not bitter about it, because it's helped people, and, you know, I enjoyed doing it and stuff, and it helped grow the channel. It got me some subscribers and stuff. But yeah, it is strange that, but that's what it is, mate. We've all got to go through the same challenges and criteria to get there. Jonathan Townsley, yes, seen Ricky 2 times Supernature and Armageddon. Cool, mate. I've definitely seen Supernature. That was the previous one, wasn't it? Heathrow Airport is the feature at the beginning of Love Actually. Yay! Cheekster's got the correct answer for that one. Later in the movie, it looks like Gatwick Airport was used. Yes, it's on 4K Blu-ray now. Cool. Nice deal, but yeah, it's not a bad one, mate. I might actually put that on display, Dr. No, just because I'm a Bond fan. I don't really have any Bond stuff up on display in here. I need to get more artwork up, so it might be good to use Dr. No for a while. Scottish guy, howdy fella, sneaking away from the extended family for a quick swatch. You're always welcome here, mate. I hope you've had a good Christmas and you're enjoying as much as you're sneaking away, and I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying your time with your family, Jimmy. Stevie Dan, I'm happy with my James Bond 50th anniversary box set. Yeah, what one's that? The 50th anniversary, so that would be Skyfall. Skyfall one. I've got the white one. The white Blu-ray one is what I've got. And as I say, the old 007 metallic tin which would have been the 40th anniversary, I think. Because all the way up to Die Another Day with the matching spines. Which is pretty good. Not that I've ever watched them, because they're obviously shit quality compared to the Blu-rays, but I just can't part with them, because they've got kind of sentimental value for me. The Bond movies are 4K in iTunes. Oh, I didn't know that. Cool. I take it they're without HDR then. They're just using the Making the most of the 4K scans, I'm assuming. Let's have another. Here's an easy one. Oh, wait a minute. That's easy. What movie marked Johnny Depp's acting debut? Somebody will get that rapidly. What movie marked Johnny Depp's acting debut? Even I'll get that. And I'm not a genre man. I'm not even into that genre. Anyway, right, we'll do Godfather and then we'll call it a night at that. Right, okay, so this Godfather one is a bit of a beastie, a bit of a big one. So, nice set. So this was I think it's the 60th anniversary. 60th anniversary, Andy, aye. Jesus Christ. 50th anniversary. It's because we're talking about Bond. And as you can see in the back there, so you get these like really nice kind of art prints, and you get this big booklet, fancy hardback booklet, coffee book I think it's called. Anyway, let's get it open, and then I can finally watch these. The wife's not seen them, so hopefully she'll watch it. This is like my granny Hogg's favourite movies of all time. The Godfathers. She loves watching them. So I've had this for over a year. It's just been in the cupboard, so it feels nice to finally be unboxing it, and at least it's getting a little bit of it's getting centre stage somewhat, even live, that you guys are getting to see it as well. If I can ever get it bloody open. Hi Jimmy, if you're watching, mate, I had great plans, as in Scottish Geek Guy, I had great plans in emulating your style with the old top-down shot, picture in picture, but I'm not anywhere near as technically capable as you, mate, so it didn't pan out. It's alright for pre-recorded stuff, I couldn't figure out quickly enough how to do it live, so maybe do that in the future. But right, so really nice, kind of hard, kind of textured, and you'll see that it's got the kind of metallic sheen for the Godfather 50 years. So reading the back of it, you get obviously the Godfather Part 2, and you get the Godfather Coda, the death of the death of Michael Corleone, which is Francis Ford Coppola's kind of revision of the Godfather Part 3. These all have Dolby Vision, as you can see there. So they're all mastered in Dolby Vision and Dolby Audio, so there's no Atmos. We don't need Atmos for a drama, dialogue-driven drama like the Godfather films. So I think there's just a little bit of glue holding on this like slip on the back. Let's pull it off. So there's nothing on the back, just a kind of minimalistic design. Hey, let's get it open. And those are removable as well, so your 15 certificate comes off if you need it to. Oh no, it's tore at the bottom. How did that happen? Devastating. That wasn't like that when I got it, that's happened. Just discovered that, look. It's got a tear at the bottom. Bastard. Oh well. What can you do? Didn't pay full price for it. I think that's it. I've had it in and out there a few times, and I think I've dropped it once or twice as well. I think like not I've dropped it, but it's moved within the cupboard, and I think that's what's happened. So that's a bastard. Anyway, what can you do? I think some of these comments have been slow in coming through. Sorry, folks. They're just coming through now. They are 4K iTunes on sale at the moment, $16.99. They are 4K iTunes on sale at the moment. Is that all the Bond films for $16.99 on 4K, is it? On iTunes. The 50th anniversary box set was the first 22 movies, so it ended up with Skyfall. Aye. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it goes up to Skyfall. It's called, oh yeah, is that the Bond 50? And it's got kind of like columns of each actor on it. I think it's like silver and black and silver, I think it is, with the different actors. I think I know the one you mean. It's quite a nice looking box set, that one. Nightmare on Elm Street, yes, that is of course Johnny Depp's movie debut. Of course it is. They're not the easiest. These are these are like the kind of supermarket movie trivia ones you pick up. So like people like us are just gonna eat these up. Although the odd one has caught me out because they're obviously across every genre. So the kind of rom-com ones and some of the horror ones have caught me out. Let's see what there is. See if there's a decent one for you. Directed by Todd Phillips, what was the first R-rated movie to pass the $1 billion mark at the box office worldwide? So, directed by Todd Phillips, what was the first R-rated movie to pass the $1 billion mark on the box office worldwide? Anyway, I binge watched all 22 Bond movies in around 10 days and immediately prior to watching Sky. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a fair stint, mate. All the Bonds. I love Bond. I don't think I could do that. It'd be too much Bond for me. I think I could do like an era of an actor's films, but maybe not that. But fair play to you. The Roger Moore ones I find difficult to get through. Like, I like all the Bonds, right, and they all bring something to it. And I do like Roger Moore, but like Roger Moore ones for me are comedy films. You sit down and I laugh out loud all the way through them. But I don't visit them too often, if I'm honest. Oh my God, that's a shame. I know, Stevie. I did not expect that to be. I do think I've done that myself, though. That wasn't like that when I got it. But what can you do? I wouldn't be selling it anyway. I mean, it's nice so it's not as if like I needed it for monetary value, and it is just the outer box. Everything inside it's fine. Anyway, so you open it up, and there's a ribbon on it to help you kind of pull out the book. So you pull out the book, and there's your kind of coffee book thing, which has got a kind of matte spot gloss on it. And then inside that is like, that's the beginning of it. So the making of Godfather was an extraordinary experience, both terrible and wonderful at the same time. Mario Puzo was someone who I admired so much, and as I always say, he did the hard part, the heavy lifting. He wrote the story, created the characters, and collaborated with him in the most wonderful way. All movies are an experience of collaboration. No one person makes them, and certainly that is the case here. The director is more of a ringleader, and I'm lucky to have had such a group of talent to work with. I hope you enjoy all these beautifully remastered films, and my heartfelt congratulations to everyone who worked on the restoration. Francis Ford Coppola. So you get some really nice artwork in here. Hopefully you can see that. You see that? Okay. Aye. I know this isn't ideal, folks, but really nice book. Like, it would be a nice book to actually just have lying out if you didn't have kids, young kids running about like I do, and you had like a movie room that you could sit out books on a table. It would be nice. But that gives you a wee feel for what the kind of the quality of the book's like. Alright, yeah, and you flick through all that, and then you get to the discs themselves. So there's how the disc is housed, which isn't ideal really. It's not really practical, is it? But it's just inside this little case, and it's just got like the kind of the credits and that. It's a bit hard to get out. And there's your disc. That's the first Godfather. So just in that little kind of sleeve there, but in a kind of sunken trench, if you like. And then the next page opens up, and you have the rest. So you've got like the Godfather Part 2 coda, and then you've got which I believe are the Blu-rays as well. Yeah, the bonus disc. Oh, the bonus disc's in 4K as well. I think the Blu-rays. I think it's got. Yeah, there's the Blu-rays, and there's your Blu-rays as well. So you turn the page over, and you've got the Blu-rays also. So yeah, it's a pretty nice set. I mean, it's nicer than the standard one, isn't it? And like I say, I paid 70 quid for it new, even if the bottom is damaged, which is a pain in the arse. But yeah, I'm delighted with that. And like, at least it's at the bottom of it. So if it's standing up, you know, face on and that, you're not really going to see that. I could maybe go over it with a wee bit of felt pen or something, just to, might even try and glue it back together and then just go over it with a bit of felt pen so that it's not as obvious. If anyone's got any tips or tricks, I'd much appreciate them. But then you've got these prints as well. So the prints, I've got a little bit of kind of greaseproof paper on them to cover them, but they're proper photographic paper. Like you could proper frame them, you know, and have them. They would work nice as a kind of trio. So there's the Godfather 2, so it's De Niro. And then lastly, I'm sure it's an aging Al Pacino. Is Michael Corleone. So those are nice. You know, you'd spend a few bob just to get if you wanted those prints. So it's nice that you get them with them. I don't know if I like the film enough to put the three of them up on the kind of limited wall space that I have, but never say never. I might get frames that are the right size for them and then change them about and have them up from time to time. I do want to start using the kind of artwork and trinkets that I've got in my set, so I'm not too precious about keeping them in because I never intend on selling them. So I'd rather just have them out and enjoy them and use them. But that's the Godfather 50th anniversary damaged floppy box set. But I'm pleased with it. At least it's open now so I can watch it. I've done something with it kind of on the channel. But yeah, that's a really nice book, that. A bit of a strange way to have the discs housed. It's not really practical, is it, if you want to watch it, to fish the book out. But that's what it is. I'm not going to buy the normal box set just to have them for all the times I'll put them on, you know. But definitely looking forward to watching them again and looking forward to seeing the Godfather coda. So that's the Godfather 50 years, 50th anniversary collection. Hope you enjoyed that wee sneak preview there. Also something I got for Christmas just to show you that I'm super chuffed about was this coaster. Neil before Zod beer coaster. Nice me smile. Chuffed with that. Mum got me that for Christmas. Anyway, right, we'll just go through some of these comments, folks, and then we'll call it a night. And I'll be in touch with yourself, Barry, with regards. I'll post it to you tomorrow, so you've got it as soon as you can possibly get it, so you can watch it still in the Christmas spirit. Elf. Jonathan Towsley, nice set of The Godfather. I bought the 4K steelbooks. That's right, they did. The 4K steelbooks were the same artwork as the prints in this collection. Am I right in saying? I think. Maybe put a bit of paper tape on that to stop the tear spreading. I think you're right, mate. I think I will. Even just a bit of, like you say, a bit of tape just to sort it. Especially now that the cellophane's off it, because the cellophane would have been holding it together. Paint the backside. Kept it in that cellophane to protect it, and it still ended up getting damaged. Totally agree. Aye. Dalton is my fave. I like Timothy Dalton as Bond. I think he's massively underrated. He basically just did what Daniel Craig did, but he did it ahead of time, when like it was a bit of a stark contrast from like what Moore was doing. Moore was so comedic and it was so formula driven by that point, so ridiculously over the top and stupid, and that I don't think people were really kind of expecting that when Dalton took over in the late 80s. But he's very similar to Daniel Craig, I think, in the way he plays Bond. But he didn't have the Daniel Craig's lucky with like the directing talent and the writing team and stuff. I mean, he got Sam Mendes for Skyfall. Timothy Dalton wasn't getting that kind of work, you know, those treatments to work with. And he was unlucky that the kind of the battle with the rights happened at the turn of the kind of 90s, which stopped him from getting a third movie, and by the time it got sorted he was obviously not interested anymore. But yeah, I like the Dalton movie. I really like 11 Daylights. It was the first Bond film I seen on the TV as a kid, so he was actually my first Bond that I seen, although Pierce Brosnan was the Bond I grew up with. But yeah, I really like 11 Daylights. I still enjoy it. I love the tune. The A License to Kill is good. but it's a wee bit too much of a departure for me. It just feels like a typical 80s revenge flick, you know, in a Bond container, if you know what I mean. But it's still quite interesting to watch from time to time just because it's so different compared to everything else, really. And it's good to see. I love the line in License to Kill. No, I'm more of a problem eliminator, actually. I love that line, and it only someone with Dalton's kind of seriousness could deliver it that way. Yes, Jonathan Townsley, that is the answer to the question. Directed by Todd Phillips, what was the first R-rated movie to pass $1 billion mark at the world box office? It was Joker. Absolutely. Who's excited for Joker 2? I'm quite excited for it. It's a cracking disc, Joker in 4K, actually. It's got a really nice, nuanced kind of colour palette that shows off Dolby Vision really nicely, I think. Definitely one that's worth getting. I see Stevie Dan saying there, order the Joker 4K on Amazon for a tenner. For a tenner, it's a steal. You'll enjoy the picture quality on that one, mate. And it's a good film. Quite a difficult watch, but it's a good film, I think, Joker. Jane Seymour is my favourite Bond girl. Jane Seymour, man, she is aged like a fine wine, isn't she? She was only like 19 or 20 in Live and Let Die. So she'll be what? I think that Live and Let Die was 1973. So, aye. 50 years ago, man. So she's like 70 and she still looks amazing. That book is so cool. Aye, cheers. It's nice, mate. It is a nice book. Just a shame about the box, but like I say, hopefully I'll be able to do a wee bit of a repair on it. Joker 4K Steelbook is on offer at HMV at the moment, $14.99. It's a good one for folks. I'm happy. I've just got the standard one. I've seen it. Was that not a reprint? Nice Guy AD. It's the same with that weird one, the Blade Runner one that came out. They're selling that cheap because nobody's buying it because it's just not very nice looking. I mean, if nobody's buying, if they're selling off a Blade Runner steelbook cheap, they can't shift it. Then that tells you something about the design of it. Christ. Really smart pictures. Yeah, the pictures are nice. You know that. And they would. I'm thinking about putting some artwork above my desk space here. I was thinking about putting some steelbooks up on magnets and that, but that would work nice as well. Like the three Godfather posters. I'm also thinking about putting stuff above the TV because I've got quite high ceilings in here, so maybe even above there it would work. You know, the three pictures. So we'll see. Never know. We'll see. My mum dropping the heart there. You see me, Mum. I've got your T-shirt on, and I've been showing off your coaster as well. Thanks very much for my Christmas presents. Hi Andy. Entertainment Shack. Hi Andy. Did you draw the elf comp and just tuned in? I did, Daz, and you were not the winner, unfortunately. I don't know if your name was in it, mate. But apologies. I thought I had everyone in it. So apologies on that one, mate. I'll have to double check, but I'm not entirely sure I had your name in it. I may have to put you in twice on another one, mate. Apologies, but I'll double check. Thanks for dropping in anyway. It was Barry that won it. Won the 4K Blu-ray. Do you get Coda and the original Godfather 3 in the set? Mine says a theatrical cut in 91. So your 4K set doesn't have Coda? Is that what you're saying? Your 4K vanilla trilogy, is that what you're saying, Stevie? This one I'm sure has them all. So you get the conclusion. Bonus discs include both theatrical cuts. The bonus discs include both theatrical cuts and the 1991 cut of The Godfather Part 3, as well as a special features Blu-ray featuring all new content and the Coda cut. So you're getting all three cuts on this. I'm not sure what format though. Wait, I'll open it up again, mate, and have a look at the discs. Maybe that was something that was exclusive to this special edition. That you only got Coda on 4K or something. So you've got Coda on Blu-ray. I don't know. Bonus disc says feature film on it. So I'm assuming the Blu-ray bonus disc has got the theatrical and the 91 cut of The Godfather Part 3. And then there's Godfather Coda 4K is a separate disc, mate. But there's also this one. It's not ideal in the light, but this one is also a 4K disc, and it says bonus disc and it says feature film. So I'm assuming that that is going to have the theatrical cut and the 91 cut, but in 4K of part 3, and then you're also getting Coda in 4K. So yeah, you're getting all the cuts of The Godfather 3 on Blu-ray and in 4K, to the best of my knowledge, looking at it there. They wanted Moore first, but he was busy with The Saint. What do you mean? For Bond back in the 60s? Quite possibly. There was all sorts of names getting thrown at it. Cary Grant, I think, he was the lead one they wanted. Who I didn't realise until recently that Cary Grant was actually English. I just assumed he was American. Apparently he didn't think it had any legs in it though. He wasn't really interested in playing it. They want Jonathan Townsley, yes, same artwork as on the pictures. Yeah, it's nice artwork that though. They'll be nice steelbooks those. My 4K set is the 50th anniversary. It has Coda as well. Cool. Yeah, all 3 cuts in 4K. Aye. No worries. 5 discs in total. I'm not getting it back here again. I don't know. Is there more than 5 discs in there? I can't remember. I'll have a check. Anyway, folks, it's been a pleasure. I've done a wee bit longer than I thought. Congratulations again to Barry, Daz of Entertainment Shack. Sorry if I've screwed you over there, mate, and not included you. I thought I had everyone in, and I gave everyone a chance to kind of cross-check it, but I think I might have missed you out, I'm afraid. Possibly, unless your username's different, because there's a lot of kind of crazy-looking usernames on there. But there'll be more, mate, and as I say, I'll remember that, and I'll put you in twice on the next one if I did miss you out. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It's been nice chatting to you all, and I hope you have a great new year. Wish you all the best for 2024 when it comes, and I hope you enjoy the Hogmanay celebrations on New Year's Day. I will be watching, I think, Indiana Jones tonight, maybe. Dial of Destiny with the wife. I'll watch a bit of it, I think. Potentially. And I'll definitely be watching the Godfather films. Start watching them. I don't go back to work to the 4th, so I'll try and get some of those in. It's been nice having you all on, though. I do appreciate it. And thanks for taking part in the giveaway. And of course, Barry will get that out to you. Back to the Godfather Part 2 with an Electric Geek intermission for you, Stevie. I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time out from a classic like that to watch it. But there'll be more live streams, there'll be more videos. I've got a kind of topical video next lined up. Might not be next, but it's one I'm working on just now, which is kind of advice, pitfalls, 5 mistakes I think collectors make, including me, like mistakes I've made that I think you need to kind of be mindful of that suck the joy out of collecting. There's a bit of a different video, so I'll have that, and I'm thinking about doing a kind of lifestyle style vlog of the kind of physical media / gaming life, which is a wee bit more raw and easier for me to edit, and it'll get me out and about, so you don't have to look at this room all the time. Hopefully you'll see the places I go to for my movies and stuff like that, cinema trips I make and all that. That's the plan, so we'll see. So lots to look forward to in 2024, but I shall love yous and leave yous there, folks. Thanks as always for watching. Take care, keep watching movies in 4K and all that jazz, enjoying them in the highest quality, and I'll see yous all in the next stream. Take it easy.